Welcome to Wednesday Night Live. I'm super confused. I've just been chatting away to you guys and I didn't even hit the go live. I did hit the go live, but we didn't go live. So I've basically just done a live on Instagram with you guys, but you guys weren't actually here to watch. Well, that's fun. Or even that, you're going to get a double one. I'm really confused. All right, let's get into it then. Spam. So you might get this on repeat. But yeah, I'm talking about how to fit it all in this evening. And the reason I want to share this with you is because I think as females, we get overwhelmed. We've got lots of demands around work, family, home life, booking holidays, planning birthdays. So much pressure is on us in terms of being a good partner, wife, mother, daughter, niece, auntie, all that stuff and expectations. And when we are people pleasers, we naturally default to putting everyone before ourselves. And let's face it, we're not even on our own list. We don't even make it on our own to-do list. Working out, eating well, it's all about what does the other person want to eat? Where is it I need to be for them, rather than what is it you need for yourself? So I want to give you some strategies in terms of how you can fit it all in, which doesn't mean you having to do it all. And the reason I'm really passionate about this is because it's about you taking up space and setting boundaries, because ultimately you are the only person responsible for your health. When everyone else is asleep in bed or they've gone home, it's you who's left with your mental and physical health. And when something happens, don't get me wrong, you might have more support than I've ever had. But when something happens, it's ultimately you left in your body. You're the one left with that mobility, that flexibility, or lack of, or your mental health. It's you left in your body, left in your mind, and no one else can do the work for you to help get you out of that place. And as much as you may think, well, they're the reason I'm in that place because I've been doing so much stuff, ultimately you choose. And I know that sounds easier said than done because the dynamics of relationships may not feel that way, but we do have boundaries we can set around things. All right, so first up, let's talk about the day. So you might be like, oh, I'm so busy, stressed, we do this before work, but work, and then we do this after work. During the day, you will have moments where you can just sit and breathe, just sit and stare out your window, go out, stand in the back garden, rather than tidy around, put the wash on, quickly answer some emails. Stop and breathe for 5 to 10 minutes. Now, what that will allow you to do is just have a bit of clarity. Just breathe in, thinking, what is it I need right now? Is it I need to go out and get fresh air? Is it actually I'm really thirsty? I need to go and get a drink? Listening and tuning into your needs and your emotions. Now, often people push that away, and that's where the busyness comes in because it's easier to keep being busy than it is to tune into your needs and emotions because you've ignored them for so long. And holy hell, what if you open that up? What does that mean? But we really need to start doing this as females because the link between female ill health is super high. The link between that and stress and not listening to our needs because we're running around being people pleasers, being highly functioning people, doing everything. And on the inside, we're pushing down all our emotions. So we do have 10-minute breathers during the day. Everyone has to. You can't be on it, on it, on it all day. It's not humanly possible. So in those 10 minutes, I want you to sit and just breathe, or even just pick up the book you want to read, grab a pencil, pen, start drawing, whatever it may be. Just give yourself 10 minutes to breathe, tune into what it is you need to help relax your nervous system. And you might find with that you get clarity of thought too. So that's one thing to start doing. You can start doing that now after this. Then I want you to think about your priorities. What's on your list and what can you delegate and what can you ask for help? Oh, I know, right? Asking for help. That's a hard one, especially if you're like me and you're someone who's grown up with because having to do everything yourself, having to rely on yourself for everything, then asking for help is really hard for us, right? So it's that thing going, right, what's the priorities? What can I delegate to someone else? And don't get stuck in the they won't do it as good as I would do it piece. Give it a bash. This is about freeing up for your health, mental and physical. So delegate to someone. And then what other things can you ask for help? Like, I really need help with this. Can you make the dinner tonight so I can do a half-hour workout? I really need help with just getting some healthy food in. Do you mind going to the food shop? Can you give me X, Y, and Z? So asking for help can sometimes be the hardest thing. And it's not that you're not capable or people are going to think that you're being selfish. If they are, you don't want those people in your life. This is just about you asking for basic help to free up your time, to enable you to eat better, to maybe do a meditation, to get a workout in, whatever it may be. Okay, so this is how you carve out time during your day. Look at your priorities. What are the must-dos? What are the things you can delegate? What are the things that you need to ask for help with? And that's where you start carving out your day. Now, boundaries is another one, okay? Because you think, oh, well, that's great. I've carved out my day, but something else has come in. Something else keeps coming in. There's always something else. Well, this is where you need to say no. Like, there's too many of us are saying yes to things we don't want to do, or things that suck the energy out of us. So then we end up spending even longer, like, just like, oh my God, that was like sucked the life out of me. That person, that family member, they're such a drainer on me. Yeah, and it's taking all your energy. So rather than going, does this work for me? Do I want to do this thing? How am I going to feel afterwards? Don't get me wrong. I know sometimes there may be occasions that you feel obliged and you have to go and do that thing. But look at your boundary setting with relationships. Who are the people who lift you up, and who are the people who deplete you? Now, the people who deplete you, you need to set your boundaries, spend less time with those people, interact less with them. And the people that lift you up, you want to lean into that and spend more of that with those people. Who are the people who are doing what you want to be doing? So is it Jenny who goes to the gym? Jenny does a home workout. Lean into that. Be around the people who are eating healthier, who are working out, who are able to carve out time for themselves. Find out what it is they're doing. It's also about who you surround yourself with. So if your friends are all overweight and are just sitting and going to cinemas and the afternoon teas and all the rest of it, but never actually go to the gym, then what do you think is going to happen? You're going to be overweight too, because you're surrounded by that. The people are going to be feeders. They're going to, come on, let's go for the afternoon tea. They're not going to go, come on, let's go and do the fitness. Let's go to the gym on a Saturday early. No, there are people who book the afternoon tea, who feed you. So really think about setting the boundaries with the people around you and what you want to achieve and where you're going. And that's not saying that you have to cut people out of your life, but you do move on. We live in different chapters of our life. We're growing, and other people are happy staying stuck where they are. Well, I say happy, but they say they are, but they're stuck where they are, and only they can change. So if they're not coming on the journey with you, it's time to prioritize yourself and surround yourself with higher level people who are doing that thing you want to do for your fitness in terms of your mental and physical health. And it's also that thing with family, like, just because they're family doesn't mean you have to put up with their crap. Okay, so whatever, it's things, they push your buttons, they drain your energy, they don't treat you very well, but you keep going back for more. This whole societal thing about, oh, they're their family, they'll be there for, no, whatever. I think my friends probably, my friends have been there for me way more than my family ever have. So it's that whole thing about never ever force yourself into a situation where you feel like you have to do that thing because they're their family. That's not the case. Yes, because you're a good person, you'll do things, but it doesn't mean that you have to over compensate for somebody else, because often with family members, their trauma is coming down onto us, and how they treat us and how they behave and everything that they do on a daily basis is from trauma that they've never healed from, and that's not on you, and that's not on your responsibilities to solve. Okay, so let's do a little recap, because this is quite deep stuff and this is a hard work, but this is how you're going to get yourself off the wheel you're stuck on in terms of the busyness and never having time to be able to do anything for yourself. So number one was about taking those 10 minutes of just breathing space, where it's sitting, looking out the window, going out for a walk, having a read, grabbing a pencil, just sketching. It doesn't have to be anything, just let your hand freely go, just to give yourself a bit of breathing space, clarity of thought, or maybe even a 10-minute calm meditation. Number two was all about your priority list. What's actually on your list? What can you delegate? Well, what are the things you can ask for help with? And don't make excuses like, oh, if I give it to Jenny, she'll never do it. It has to be me who does it. I hear that so much in families. Oh, my sister's rubbish at this. My brother's rubbish at this. Well, if they're rubbish tough, it's on them to do. That's on them. That's not for you. That's how you end up taking it all on, because they know, I'm not bothered doing this because so-and-so will pick it up. Right? So delegate, explain why you need help. I need help because I need to go and look after my health. And if they're not going to support you with that, then you need to set boundaries for that person. They've shown their colours. They're not going to support you working on your health. Hello. Then see you later. You need to set your boundaries and stop investing in that person. Okay, so it's about your boundaries, saying no to things that don't work with you, boundaries in your relationships, and asking for help, and being honest about what your priorities are. Because when you're honest about your priorities, you will find you will have time to work out. You'll find you have time to do meal planning. It's just not a priority for you right now, because everybody else is a priority and you're not prioritizing yourself. You're not prioritizing your health, and nobody's coming to do it for you. You're left in your own body. You're left in your own mind, and nobody's coming to help you look after yourself. They're all gone. It's just you and your body, you and your mind. And the only person, if you're not happy with either of those, that can do anything to get yourself out of the situation that you're in right now is you. And you need to do that by setting your boundaries, by saying no, by delegating, being brave and asking for help. And if you don't get the support you need, set the boundaries with those people. Those people aren't someone you want to spend a lot of energy and time in. And it's not to say you give to receive, but relationships are meant to be two ways. So you need to start evaluating the relationships you've got in your life. And just because somebody's a bloodline does not give them a free way to your energy, to your time, and to drain you. And then take those 10 minutes for yourself. Find the time in your day. You do have 10 minutes where you can sit and breathe, get clarity of thought so that you can move forward. And if you're really stuck on that and you're looking at your schedule, and you're like, oh, Julie, I'm not sure. I really don't know where I can do that. Then drop me a note. Drop me a picture of your daily schedule. Let's have a chat about it, because this is so important. Your health, mental and physical, is worth more than any job. I know you've got bills to pay, but I'm talking about you can still take 10 minutes. You can set a boundary of finishing at 5 to go for a swim, to go and do your workout. It's all about setting boundaries. Your employer, who never ask for you to do extra time, although they want that paper the next day. If you don't have kids, especially, this is something you don't have kids because they do this to you all the time. She doesn't have kids, she can just work later, but they'll never say that. Setting your boundaries by having fitness classes booked, by having health retreats booked, things like that will then make you do those things. So treat your health like you do your work. Yep, non-negotiable. It's a meeting you must attend, you must join. It's easy for me not to do my workout, nobody would care. Eat healthy, nobody would care. Do my meditation today, nobody would care, right? And that's why you got to look after yourself, because it's only you left in your body. And you are worth taking up space. All right, team. So let's take up space. I'll look after mental, physical health. You know where I am if you need me. And I shall catch you tomorrow.